One final thought, and then I'd like to hear from you today. There is a very important subject called statistics. That subject is very interesting to me, and it's also very useless to me. It's simultaneously very interesting and almost completely useless to me. And that's not to denigrate the whole science of statistics. It's just that in the work that I'm doing, I'm not interested in the statistics. I'm interested in the nature of the thing. You would normally end up using statistics to say that something's going to happen when you don't understand the nature of the thing that you're addressing. So you're forced to go to statistics. Well, 7 times out of 10, or 8 out of 50 people end up getting this disease. Okay, that's a statistic, but you're forced to go there to statistics because you really don't understand the disease. The doctors don't understand the disease. They don't understand where and how it comes about. So they don't know the nature of it well enough. So they're forced to resort to statistics which are about it, but not about the nature of it. The occurrence of the disease is all they can do. Well, it happened 8 times out of 50 that people got this. We took all the people in the world, we divided by 4, we did all the different things we did, and we ended up with this statistic. And we can tell you that 8 out of 50 people get this particular disease. That's called statistics. But that's not the nature of the disease. That's not understanding it. Because if you do understand it, then you don't have to rely on statistics to describe it. You actually understand the thing itself, right? So that's what we're trying to do with the markets, and that's why statistics are not very valuable to me, because they don't really address the underlying nature of something. They only address a count, if you will, of how many times certain things happen under this condition and how many times it happens under some other condition. That's kind of pathetic to me, that type of analysis. When you're really trying to understand something, I don't want to know stupid counts about it. Well, 7 times out of 10, every time the moon is here and it's a holiday, 7 times out of 10 it does this. Yeah, that's not cutting it. That's just mere statistics. The Black-Scholes model for options is merely statistics. All options that have faraway strike prices are going to be priced dramatically lower than the at-the-money strike price. But some of those out-of-the-money strike prices are, in a very short period of time, going to be at the money, right? The statistics can't tell you that. They can just price those options because the market isn't near them now. If I understood the nature of the market, we might very well be able to say, this is where we are now, but we're going to be here, and that option is going to be a much, much higher price. Statistics isn't going to tell you that. It can only give you counts as to how many times in the past it was this far away, and now finally it's run up there. So we can say, well, 4 times out of 70, it comes up there and it runs to a strike price that's 50 points out of the money. So that's how many times you can expect that to happen. Great. That's good information if you have no information, right? If you have zero information, that could be maybe good information. You and I can go well beyond dumb statistical analysis. And again, that's not to denigrate the science of statistics, but the use of it in the thing that you're studying. Medicine wants to go beyond statistics. Everybody wants to go beyond statistics, because when you're not beyond statistics, you're stuck with statistics and you have nothing else. You don't have the nature of the thing. At some point, as an example, when medicine gets beyond a certain thing and they understand something, say cancer or some other disease, they'll still be able to say they can still use statistics, but they're not stuck at the statistical level, because they'll understand the disease itself in its entirety at some point, or for the most part, they will. And they won't have to just rely on statistics. I hope that makes sense. It's kind of a long subject to go over, but I am interested in statistics anyway, because it does have some very interesting things about it, which we won't go into this time. There's a couple of things about it that I find very interesting.